Baltimore is 7-8. Green Bay is 9-5-1. Green Bay is 2.5-point favorites in this one. We don't know if Jordan Love or Malik Willis is going to play, and we don't know if Lamar Jackson is going to play. I could actually hear it in the game last week when he was like, I was reading his lips, and it's like, my back, my back. So they're being very ginger with him, the way that the injuries, it's very hard to tell with one. But Green Bay 9-5-1, Baltimore 7-8. They struggled last week, and this is it. There, you lose, you're done. So, and Green Bay doesn't want to fall behind, obviously with the way Chicago's playing. 40.5 over under in Lambeau.
It's tough, man. I think there's a bunch of things. So the whole thing with the Packers in that Bears game last week, we didn't really get a chance to talk about it, but like how wild, and just watching how the Packers just, like they all just watching that onside kick to everything, to that throw at the end. It was just it was like what the Bears would have done a couple of years ago to the Packers, and you were on the other end. You would have been on the other end of that game multiple times, where you like, it had this big lead, and we somehow lost this game. It was such a devastating loss for the Packers, considering like I thought Malik Willis played really well in that game. I thought he
came out. He was first
came
half.
in. He was
great.
slinging it around, and he looked confident, like a guy who could maybe, considering some of the quarterback play we're seeing in the league, like a guy who could definitely hold his own. And then you got on the other side, you got Lamar, who just like always, not that he's always, he wasn't hurt last year, but it's been a thing, and maybe it's the years of the hits. And it's like whenever Lamar gets injured, he's always like, I'm out. And there's like never any, like, it's not like he had like a, torn ACL or blah, blah, blah. It's like he had a bruise, like a bad bruise. And I'm sure it hurt like hell, don't get me wrong. But like, I don't know, man. You just see like December football, your team's on the line, and it's got to be frustrating. Like, I'm sure he probably was hurt, would have got out there, but it's not like he's looked locked in all year. Like, he's kind of weirdly just seemed out of it. Like, he doesn't, like, he went like a month without throwing a touchdown almost. Like, it's just something weird because to me, like, you wouldn't see Mahomes not come back in the game in such an important game like that. You wouldn't see Allen, not coming back in. Maybe Burrow would have probably been hurt because he's always hurt. But I think if you're a Baltimore fan, that's just such a thing. It's just, is it like a thing with Harbaugh where he's like, fuck it, I'm not coming back because I don't like you anymore. And he's just like, I'm not going to help you. I don't know. I think something's just not right. And I think it doesn't really matter because I think Cleveland wins. Cleveland plays Pittsburgh this week, and I think Pittsburgh beats Cleveland, and then that just knocks out Baltimore anyway. So I think I'm going to go with the Packers, even if Malik Willis plays, because I just think the Ravens, that game last week, just kind of demoralized them. They had it. They blew it against the Patriots. For some reason, they didn't run Derrick Henry at the end of the game when he's just been crushing them all game. And then they're like, we don't need him anymore. Let's sit him on the bench for the fourth quarter. And it's like, and they just gave it up.